Hello guys. Hey, serious? Oh god. Oi. Okay. Let us just do this. So I guess the parser is now working. What we need to do next is to actually... Yeah, I enjoyed it. It's always a pleasure to walk my dog. He's just so awesome. Where is he now? I don't know where my dog is, but yeah, whatever. He probably likes it there. Excuse my sipping. I just left my coffee hot. Yeah, my parser is working. I mean, it's it's just the basic parser for syntax highlighting and for some code intelligence, and it's made. It's really simple thing. It's nothing nothing great yet, but I'm really happy how it works. Because I actually moved from declarative grammars to pieces of simple code in C++. Actually, it can be done in C, and I would actually try to do it in C and compile it via tcc-lib live while Hale is running, so that would be really interesting. But for now, for the first version that will go out today or tomorrow, I will just go with a really simple syntax highlighting that will only go for strings and comments and maybe numbers, because I have some ideas for numbers as well I would like to share. Actually, I got this idea when I was watching printf implementation in J from John Blow. So when he was actually typing a long hexadecimal number and he wasn't and had a hard time counting how many zeros are there, so the idea is that I can actually highlight every group of 4 hexadecimal zeros or numbers with the highlighting, so you will be actually see the groups by 4, and also do the same with groups of 3 for decimal number. So that will be interesting, because I want to give it a try. Serious plugins, well, that's kind of a big question. We were actually discussing this a little bit before you came here. So the idea is that we would like to Mr. 4th Dimension, as you see him in the chat, is a great guy who is also working on an editor that will who is making the editor specifically tailored to C and C++, and for him he will do everything inside. I mean, every piece of configuration, plugins and everything, I guess, will go through C++ or C in some or other way. But for Hale, as Hale is more general, and I don't want people to actually install compilers, guys like people who are, for example, working on games in Love2D typically, or in other language that actually doesn't require to have full Visual Studio setup on your machine. So for those guys, I cannot just go with C++. So the idea is that we will try to find a good language that you can use to extend Hale For now, the idea is to have Lua. We will see how that will work out. But special plugins, plugins always depend on the community, you know. And so far, I can say that the community is awesome. I mean, the people that are in the chat are just amazing people, amazing ones. And I'm not really scared about special plugins that anyone will need. Also, plugins are always good proportional to the documentation of the editor. So the documentation will be also a really important thing to do. I am one of the programmers, maybe only one, that actually enjoys writing documentation. My English isn't that good, but then we have a ton of people in the community around Hale, so I'm not worried about that. And in the worst case scenario, I can always hire a good what's the name? Good editor for that. That will actually take care of having the English be all correct. So that's for that. And then Hale in general is has two aspects to it. First off, it's a self-standing editor that you can just download and run. But the self-standing version is actually just an example how the core of Hale can be used, because the core of the Hale is actually or will be actually a library you can use to create any editor you want. I mean, to the extent of what the core can do, but I'm trying to do my best to actually have the core to be really strong and universal. So Hale is basically DIY editor toolkit. So you can actually take it if you know C++, and we are not doing C++ as in OOP, but we are doing C++ as in C++. So some people, D7 Samurai is calling it C++, the style we are using that. And the style is really simple, and you can actually use Hale. You can actually, if you really want to, you can actually wrap it in a OOP and use it like that. I don't really care, but yeah, actually you can create your own editor with that. So that's the idea of Hale. Because I, for example, what would be my thing I would like to do is to create editor for writers. Editor that people like my girlfriend can use, because my girlfriend is a writer, and I want her to write a lot, and I mean, it's a beautiful motivation to create something that she can actually use and be happy to use. So I'm putting a lot of effort into that aspect as well of Hale, but I guess I will be able to make it within the standalone version. So there is a large span of use cases I want to support within the standalone version of Hale, and hopefully that will catch up, and Hale will attract more people to the community so it can grow. That said, there's always a big problem with plugins from random people. I mean, this community on the chat, I bet the stuff they will and actually already done for Hale is just amazing. So I'm not too much worried about that. So there will have to be some kind of a quality control on that, because, you know, installing just plugins randomly from a repository, from a package manager, whatever you want to call it, it's not that great. You actually have to have really strong core for the plugins to support basic languages, or I don't want to say basic, but maybe main languages, and ideally so that if you have a special needs for C++ or C or whatever your language is, you can actually use parts of those plugins. Like, you can only use the syntax highlighting, but you will create your own commands, or you can use parts of the commands, and will create your own syntax highlighting or extend the syntax highlighting or whatever you will want to do with plugins from somebody else. So we will see how it turns out. It's really early to talk about that, about plugins, but we will see. I hope that answered your question. And now I kind of hope I have my microphone on, because I already use all my words per day. I mean, maybe even twice. Okay, so let me cycle the stream, because we will be going maybe for 1 or 2 hours now. So I would like that part to be thank you, humanoidism. It's really a mouthful to say a name. So I'll be right back. And we're back. Human. Can I call you just a human? Is that okay for you? Please say yes. Or a Hugh. I like Hugh more. Can I call you Hugh? Oh. As you can see, my beautiful spoon. And a bowl. I think I like it here. For some weird reason. Good, so hello Hugh, how are you today? Hey you. I can keep it here. It kind of looks like my head is going to fall. Will be cut. Oh, I'm really sorry for that. I have no drop frames here. I'm not sure if yeah, my stream on laptops seems to be okay. So I don't know if it's happening also for other people. But I see people coming and going from the chat, so I guess there is some kind of a problem in there. But I really cannot do anything about it. The best I can do is just watch this one, I guess, and that's about it. Yeah, okay. Yeah, it was because I was cycling the stream. I was switching it off and on. That's maybe the reason why I got the problems, because I had the same problem with other streams as well. So maybe one day I will be able to afford a better hard drive, faster one, so I can actually record the stuff locally, edit it, and then upload it. But I don't have it yet, and I don't want to actually kill my computer at this point. So Mr. Fordy mentioned the parser is just a really simple thing. There's nothing much in it. It just goes and parses the commands and strings in a really simple and universal way you can actually use. I don't think there is a simpler way to do that. I mean, there is, but there always is a simpler and more stupid way. But this one actually works, and I really love it. Anyway, Mr. 4 Dimension. I don't know if Garlando is already here. I don't know if he will be able to join us here, but I wanted to show you and Garlando something interesting. But so I will try to let him know, or ask him whether he will come. Hello, my man. Yeah. Well, yeah, 8 months is a long time, because we all all are evolving. I mean, if I will take a look at this in 8 months, I actually will hate myself for it. But now I love it, so I enjoy that. I got that going for me, which is nice. So let's just do the rest. Let's just do the rest. So I will get rid of these. I just don't want these to be there anymore. Actually, currently the parser has only 2 functions. It's completely separate, so it only works thanks to these 2 functions. I haven't yet tried. I have to try embedding grammars. So, for example, I like to use Markdown for my comments in my editors. I mean, IDEs don't allow me to do that, but when I can, I always use Markdown. So I would like to use Markdown within the block and line comments, or maybe only in the blocks, and maybe in the blocks with double stars. Not sure about that, but idea is to use Markdown there. So I will create a Markdown parser that will be actually able to be plugged in this part of the code when I'm parsing inside the comment. I will be able to simply call the other parser and do the stuff there. So the parsers will have to have something in common, I guess. It's easier to do with declaration, with grammars declared in JSON or something like that. So you can actually just join them together. But when you want to do it through the code, it's a bit harder, because when you are in code you want to do really specific and optimized stuff. But I've tried to make it work in a more general way, so it's less flexible. But then for full parsing and incremental parsing of the document, I still think it's better to just have a parser that does the thing quickly for the whole document. And maybe it can do it partially, but it definitely should do it sequentially. At least that's what I think. I don't know if it's possible to write a good parser that is able to react to streamed document, especially for C++. I mean, that's probably a really hard thing to do, if possible even. Hello, Quansep. Hello, Miblo. Oh. Why? So. How it's done. So I guess that's the best I can do. But then I can do also HGS. Actually, Mr. 4Dimension, I'm really looking forward to your parser, because I have some ideas I want to try myself, and of course, if you will allow for it, I would like to contribute them, for example, to Coder, if you will be interested. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that. I wish I could help you with the basics of for coders, so you can get to the 4 CPP sooner. Oh, hello, Garlando. You came. I'm sorry I wasn't here when you were here earlier. I was just doing some. I probably was on a break. I'm not sure. So on porting Mr. 4 Dimension, I'm not really sure. I'm yet to do it myself for Hale, but then maybe we can share some. Maybe we can try. I'm not sure which platform we are going for next. I guess it's Linux, and it's a Linux slash OpenGL. Because I'll be working on Linux text mode next. As for the platforms, not sure if it will be immediately after I finish these 11 days or later. Definitely will have to first work on the features for a bit to have the feature set wide. Oh, Garlando, I'm sorry about that. If you cannot stream, I cannot show you what we have here, but I can let you know. Maybe we can talk about it later over Skype or something like that. Chat about it. Yeah, actually, I'm looking forward for Hale on Linux, and then I'm going for a Mac version next after I make the Linux text mode, because Mac is the next platform I kind of know. I'm pretty scared about doing the desktop version, the graphics version of for Linux. I'm not even sure where to begin or how it works there. So the next after the Linux will be Mac. I'm sorry for that, Garlando. Anyway, I can show it to you. I'm sure Mr. Kalimian will archive it because he's so awesome and tall. So the thing is that what we have started to experiment with yesterday is with D7 Samurai. We actually made a thing that is doing this one, and what this is that you see I have this is actually code that's all new Hale. There's no old code anymore from the prototype, but still I have a ton of files. I like to have ton of files. I like to have my files small. I like to have them organized as much as possible. Also separated to to modules or by modules. It actually helps me think about it all much better. But what I want to do in the end is that I want to have STU. I don't want to build all the files. Okay, Garlando, I will just tell it, and you can watch it from the archives, perhaps. I'll just annotate it, and hopefully we will be able to somehow find it back in the archive, so I can, excuse me, I can send it to you. So the thing is that what we have is a script that actually walks through all the files, and it actually creates a dependency map, and from that it's able to generate a list of H and CPP files in the order that they should be included. The thing is that I still have to use includes, but D7 is or will be working on a slightly different way, and that will be so that we can actually do this kind of similar to what Casey did on his stream. So instead of doing includes, I will be able to just say depends. So to get it, so all this stuff will be gone, and we will only be using this thing on the top of the file. So in that case, if you will go for these depends, it won't ever include the Hale.h file, and it just won't do that. It will just note for the tool that is parsing the files that we depend on that file. That will help him to create the dependency map and then generate the STU file for you. What's other things that the tool already does, which is kind of a separated functionality, but it's there and it's great. It actually saved me a ton of headaches yesterday, because it's able to tell you which files is referencing which file, so you can actually see what's going on there. And I found some. It is able to detect cycles. It is able to detect missing stuff that you just cannot include. For example, these stuff are just if depth out. It doesn't follow actually the preprocessor. It just simply walks through and tries to find any include there is. But still, it keeps me. For example, when I'm working on Windows, and I will have some files that are for Linux, I will be able to see whether I haven't broken anything for Linux build or Mac build, because this stuff is actually for the builds, and it's the same for the tests I have here. So I can see even if I'm not running the tests for a longer time, I will still see that there's some problem with it. So that's the tool. We are actually still working on that. We are trying some new ideas how to do all this stuff, but actually Hale is currently compiled from this file, which is actually the same thing. It's the very same thing. I'm actually doing here that all my wait a second, just to find something, yeah, like this. So all my includes are actually under a condition of whether Hale includes is defined or not, or set or not, and so I can switch off all these includes. I'm using this to actually have unbreak the Qt's parsing. It's actually unable then to find the dependent files, and it's not actually highlighting nor functioning correctly here. So this is what works for me now, and I actually am quite happy about having these. So, but the STU will switch it off, so no includes will ever happen inside the H files when the STU is being built. So it will just run through all these. It wouldn't have to open anything else. I mean the compiler, and it will just churn out one file that is actually STU, if I can say so. So that's the idea. Yeah, I mean D7 did all the work. I was just trying to find a good way how to solve this problem with ordering H files when you are doing something else than classic OOP, where you have one H file per one CPP file. How long does it take to compile? Well, let me show you. That long. Actually, there are some errors there, but that's how long it takes. It takes under 1 second. You remember the code before when I was first streaming back, I don't know what it was, a month ago, a month and a half ago, when I just had the OOP version of the prototype, and it built for, I don't know, 30 seconds or something like that. So it compiles really fast. It's great, and it gives you a lot of power and a lot of automation you actually can do. It has some problems right now. We are trying to solve them because I have some specific includes, especially with the platform code, that you can actually switch whether to use DirectX or GDI. And also I have some encodings that are included as CPP files, also in a very specific way. So we are trying to find ways how to either configure the tool or how to just make it work better by defining some rules how to use all this stuff. So I'm really happy, really happy about it. I will also try to use it because I don't like compiling libraries separately to static libraries and then including them and then linking them to the main object. I like to include them directly in a code base for the project and compile them together with the project, because I just hate making several build scripts and maintaining that and then recompiling all that stuff, and I change something. I just hate it. So I will try to also include Lua, and I'm not sure if I will keep using Oniguruma I use for regular expressions now, but idea is to actually also use it to resolve the dependencies inside libraries. I mean simple ones like Lua or mostly C libraries that are written by somebody with a brain. So yeah, I think you will like it. I will be really happy if you can test it once we get it to a state where it makes sense to actually give it away. Sadly, it's currently written in C#, but once I have my hello Hugh. Once I have my, what's Amy E? Hugh. You can be Hugh or you can be Hugh. No, I'm not. No, I'm not dissing your C# skills. But once it's in C#, not everybody on Linux has mono. Also on Mac, I cannot use it on in a compile chain or a build chain. So I would like to have it in a C or C++ or something like that. Oh, Garland, I see now. So the zone, I also want to take a look at it, and maybe I don't want to waste your time. That's all I'm saying. But I will definitely need it in C++ or C or Lua or something I can simply run without installing anything on a machine where guys will be, or users will be actually compiling. Yes, yes, I completely understand that. You mean, you know, I'm open to prototyping in any language. So actually, I love it when you can use any language to actually get the prototype out, to see it, how it works, and then actually churn out the final code in something else. So I, when the tool was, when the Hale was only for Windows, I would be completely happy with C# and .NET, because currently many people, I mean everybody almost has the .NET installed, so that wouldn't be much of a problem for me. Oh. Yes, D7, that was exactly the point, but you made it so amazing that I would like to use it as a part of my project. If you are okay with that, that's the point. The Geek Pirate. Oh god. And yeah, it was really something I needed right then. So yeah, it's I mean it's amazing tool. I already feel so much better with just writing the code and letting the tools tell me what's wrong in there. Of course, I must use my head, but then the tools for inspecting the includes are just non-existent. You know, I mean there definitely is something that will just tell you that, but you will have to install like 4 gigabytes of worth of software and malware on your computer just to get it working, or God forbid you will have to compile it yourself with another 10 other tools for building, you know. Oh god, I'm no bloom, I'm sorry for that. But I guess you don't want the help that much, because you want to do it yourself, as I remember correctly, as I recall it correctly. So okay, I'm going to refill my coffee. I'll be right back. Okay, and I'm back. So let's continue. Let us just make. I have like maybe half an hour, maybe an hour to finish this stuff. Hopefully, I'll get some color for the text, for the code. Then I will have to work on doing it live. I mean, while you are, because currently I will only parse while you when you load the file, and then I will just go through that and plug in the stuff that it's supposed to refresh and reparse changed portions of the code. So that should be fun too. Oh, but I'm happy I got this far so far, so that's awesome. So I will need, I will do it just simply. I will just store the tokens for the block on the block itself for now, and I will try to find a way how to do it better. I already have a way how to do it better, but I just have to actually move forward with that and then get back, because it's more important for me to have the functionality in place first when I see the whole structure of the code and the data, how it's communicating with each other, before I go too far with the optimizations. So okay, I think we can leave this one. Well, no, I will just do it this way. So in this moment we should have the token stored on block. The second thing we need to do is to well, I think we are pretty much done with it, because at that point when I have the tokens on a block, I can actually use the text renderer to actually pull it out and set the colors and styles to that. I will hard code the colors and the styles for now, and then I will work on theme support. I mean, I don't want to do any UI for themes. Any UI that would actually force you to use your mouse, that is. There will be, however, a way to, because I would like the theme to be also a text, because it's a text editor, and the best thing it can do is to edit the text so well that you won't ever think about using UI. That's the point of a text editor I'm going to make. So for the themes, I would like to have a code intelligence that will actually detect that you are trying to edit a color, and will give you means, maybe even a color mixer, to do it really easily. But then I also have an idea and also a prototype for, I'm not sure if I can actually show you. Oh, I'm sorry guys. I'm sorry, I'm so sorry. Thank you. Sorry. So, before I show you anything, I will just make sure that you can see it. That's the first step in there. Okay, sorry guys. I haven't showed anything, I was just clicking around, but hopefully you at least heard me. What I want to have for the themes is, if you have a theme of any kind, I can actually do it here. So the theme will actually look like CSS or something like that, so you can tell, say, like source.c string will be something like red color, and Hale will make sure that when it knows you are actually editing the theme, it can show you a color mixer for the color you actually with your caret on, so that way you can actually easily do the things. But then I have also another idea that I also have prototyped, thanks to my other friend that was actually willing and had the time to do it. And that's where do I have it? Let me think. Social. Maybe it's in a temporary. I usually store this stuff in a temporary. Well, I think it's theme gen. Yeah, this is it. This is the thing that actually has 4 values, and it's able. It uses my actually own algorithm for mixing colors in design. And what it does is it's really slow actually to use, because it's really a prototype that is live generating the things. I'm really sorry about it being so slow, but essentially the idea is that you have four things you need to edit to set up a color palette that is actually beautiful, that actually where the colors actually fit together. So I'm not sure. I think this is really an old version of the tool. I don't have the new version of it, but I will ask my friend and show you maybe the other day. But the idea is to actually simplify creating themes for editors. I may have also I have this really weird thing that is called Nobi 4. I'm not sure if it will run or not. I guess it won't. I think I will have to run this thing in the localhost. Yes, it works. Yes, okay. So this is my algorithm Nobi 4 that actually, I mean, I should have a better version of it too somewhere. Nobi 4. So let me just check my backups. Nobi 4. I will let it run. Well, with these algorithms, it's actually the most important thing is that that you are able to actually, these two colors are the primary ones, and with this algorithm you only have two sliders to work with. It's a little bit janky, but I think it's an old version. So it's not here, and maybe it's in public. Do I have it here somewhere? No, I don't. I'll also check. I should have prepared because I never know what I will be talking about. But essentially, the idea is that the idea is to have a really simple tools for anyone to actually create beautiful themes for the code. And I have several prototypes for various ways how to do that. I will actually show you later when I get these prototypes together, because it's scattered on my drive. So I will show you later. And the thing is that even myself, I would like to change my theme from time to time. I would like to actually, I don't know, change it so the base looks different, because this one is kind of like bluish greenish, and it's on only the one side of the spectrum, so it's from blue to green to yellow. And maybe I would like some more red in it, so I can just go there and I don't have to spend a lot of time tuning the colors. I can just take a slider and just slide it slightly and get a new color theme, because I just feel like so. So I think that way anybody will be much happier with their environment, and wouldn't have to worry too much about it. I'm pretty sure that many people won't even think about it, because I bet that somebody like Casey wouldn't like to change his theme every other week, because he mostly cares about productivity, but I mostly care about feeling happy about what I do. And so that way I actually need to be able to simply change the colors and themes and general feel from time to time. So that's about it. Okay, so